Today's topic, it's a little collaboration, compilation of awkward moments that you might go through, that I've been through, that it's always awkward no matter the situation. First of all, is when you start telling a story, either about somebody, about someone's race, about someone's whatever, and you look around, you make sure they're not around, because if you get busted saying the story or whatever you have to say, it's gonna look bad on you and you're gonna feel embarrassed. Like how us white people like maybe want to tell a racist joke about some race or like some person we might know, doesn't have to do with race, and we always look around. Because I've been in a situation when I'm telling a story about someone and they fucking walk right behind me. Their ears must be fucking burning because I swear they know what I'm talking about, and I just stop the story. And sometimes they might even approach you like, what were you talking about? And you gotta make some bullshit lie up. That's one of the biggest awkward moments that's happened recently to me. Second one, I had a video about this, about missed encounters on Craigslist. If you ever get bored, go to Craigslist. You can do whatever on Craigslist. There's some weird fucking people on Craigslist. You can buy a car, you can sell your shit, you can see the job postings, you can see what's going on in your town. There's prostitution, there's people are selling drugs and shit, but there's a little tab on the very bottom that says missed encounters. I think I found someone who posted a missed encounter about me because I was working at this Kita sushi place, and I wait on like a minimum of like 30-40 people a day. I was bored, fucking 4 a.m., nothing else to do. I go on fucking Craigslist, and I was like, okay, missed encounters, what is this about? Find out what it was about. And there's this girl in the Woodlands talking about some waiter in the Kita that waited on them, that they had a little soul patch, a black soul patch, and spiky hair that waited on them, that she wanted to leave me her number, but I didn't have the balls to ask her something. And I kept thinking about it. I was like, who is this? Are they talking about me? I don't have the balls to reply back. I wouldn't know how to reply back to that. I honestly don't. Should I reply back to that? Probably not. Would it be funny for a funny experience? Yes, probably. Maybe one day, because I saw it a couple of days ago. You can check down Houston's fucking missed encounters, and you're going to see some server at Kita. I think they're talking about me because I'm the only white guy with fucking spiky hair and a soul patch. That's going to be an awkward moment. It was awkward when I read it because, like, I thought it would be a joke or gag, but I don't know who posted that. They asked what color shirt I was wearing and what band I was talking about. Because I was talking about a band with one person, and I have a glimpse of what they look like, but I don't fully remember. Because, again, waiting on so many people, you don't know who you're going to remember. You might see them on the road, another story, and you're like, oh, I waited on them before. That was a very awkward moment for me. I don't know what I should do with that. Third one, awkward moments that I've experienced or other people might experience. Forgetting the lyrics to a fucking song. It always happens. You always remember the chorus. You sound confident when you're singing. Then like all of a sudden the verse comes in. You don't know the lyrics. You're mumbling. You hope no one notices you. You're trying to look cool to remember a song. And sometimes you get called out on it. Be like, bitch, I'm fucking freestyling. What? That's always an embarrassing moment. It's awkward. You just admit it and swallow your pride and be like, yep, I don't know the lyrics, I just know the chorus, so what? Okay, another awkward moment for me is, you know when you go to clubs or a social event or entertainment event, it's always playing loud music, you can't hear shit. The other month, I was at a club, and like I was just drinking my beer, and I'm just talking to myself because I can't hear nothing, and I'm just fucking saying some obscenity words, and it's fucking making no sense. Then I'm like, this fucking drink's awesome. Who put a roofie in my drink? As soon as I said that, the music stopped right beforehand, so everyone just looked at me and was just like, what the fuck? Who roofie what? Oh man, that was embarrassing. That was a very awkward moment. Just make sure you know the song length, and when it ends, sometimes the DJ might even cut the music off just in time. It always seems to happen to me because you always speak louder than you can't hear shit with the music playing. And that time it happened the wrong time. I was at the right place at the wrong time and saying the wrong shit. My friends just looked at me weird, but was like, what? Okay, another awkward moment is when someone calls you either a parent or a job or your boss or something, a friend calls you, they have to tell you something, they have to ask you something, and you admit something right away that they're not even talking about that. That happened to me recently. My boss was going to ask me a question. I was like, I did not take those pins off your desk today. Yeah, I did. He's like, what are you talking about? My pins are missing? He's like, you shouldn't take my pins, just ask for them. And I was like, oh shit, I just admitted something that he wasn't even going to talk about. He was going to talk about if I wanted to work at Friday night instead of Friday morning. Never admit something unless they call you out on it. That's very awkward, and they have no idea what you're talking about. Another awkward moment for me is making a reference to something that you're familiar with and that party around you have no idea what you're talking about. I was trying to make How I Met Your Mother reference, and no one knew what I was talking about. But I was like, oh, that guy is such a Barney. You should see him. That's fucking hysterical what he's trying to do. They're like, Barney? Who the fuck is Barney? Like, Flintstones? It's always awkward when you're trying to make a reference, and make sure it's a very common reference unless your friends know about it, because if you're trying to make a reference and no one knows what you're talking about and you have to wait another 2 minutes to explain yourself, and like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense, kind of not. My last awkward moment of the day for this topic is when you're at work. For me personally, when I'm waiting tables, is waiting on an ex-girlfriend or ex-somebody in your life that you have to wait on them, and it's very, very awkward. You don't know what to say. You have to pretend you don't know them, but you still have to do your job and wait on them. I would say about back in October, I was working at this Mexican restaurant, and I had an ex-girlfriend walk in with her new guy. The new guy looked like a fucking douchebag, and it was just like, she knew who I was. She didn't know I worked there, and she was just like, she was more astonished than I was. She was like, oh fuck. They were always quiet when I came to the table. They left inconclusive. It was very awkward. You try not to talk about anything. You just try to do the bare minimums with the table. And just the whole time, and they left a shitty ass tip. I even gave them a discount. I was trying to be a nice guy. I gave them a fucking like a 50